Hello, welcome to another Aphex Twin musical analysis. This time I'm going to do Flim. By the way, thanks for the positive feedback on the earlier videos. The last one got over 400 views, which is way more than any other videos I've done. So it's going well. I'm going to keep doing them for a while. So Flim is one of my favorite. Well, there's so many favorites, but you know, if someone has never heard any Aphex Twin music, then Flim is often the one I get them to listen to or put it on right there. It's just such a amazing piece of music, and the beats are incredible. If I could ask Richard T. Jim Jams one question, it would be how the beats are made in Flim. Was he recording a real drum kit? They're very real drum kit like, but then they're electronic as well. It's just, they're so tasty. So and the sub bass is incredible in it. So the sub bass bits, I can't really work them out. They're too low to really hear properly. But I spent a couple hours on this one. I was trying to work out everything. I think I got it pretty close. Although a lot of the chords in the background, they were very hard to hear. I spent ages trying to work them out exactly. So let's jump into it. So the first thing in Flim, we've got this melody that goes, it's an arpeggio. And then that goes 4 times. So the structure of Flim is pretty straightforward, A, B, C kind of a structure. A section, B section, C section. And that goes twice around. That's the whole piece. It's 148 BPM, roughly. So it's a fairly straightforward structure. With this arpeggio, it's like a 4-bar long thing for A. It goes 4 times. And then the B section comes in and it's got the, this lovely melody. Or... That's the B section melody. And then in the C section, it has this incredible melody. I love the C section so much. The melody goes down in the bass then. And then so that's Flim. That goes twice, and that's the whole piece. Then the whole thing repeats around again. Strings come in the second time through. Like in the last video I was saying how he uses realistic sounds a lot more than I realized. Very realistic violins, but maybe synthesized, I'm not sure, but they come in so nice in the second half. And just looking at the first half in this video with exactly what's going on in the melody and the chords, okay? So okay, so amazing beat work going on there in the A section. The melody, as I said, it's just these arpeggios, which is arpeggio of a B flat major 7 and a C minor 9. But underneath that there is a series of chords going on, which is hard to work out, but it's or something like that. So like a B flat major, 2 notes. They're 2 notes. It's hard to work out because it's hard to hear the second note in there. It would be tempting to think it was just like harmonics in the note or like it's power chords or something like that, but it's not. The intervals change in as the notes go along. So I think what it is pairs of notes. So first time is D and B flat, like a B flat major chord, and then still with the B flat major chord, D and F, and then when it goes to the yeah, it's like a sixth, B flat sixth. So yeah, these chords, these 2 note chords, and then yeah, that's the last one. Okay, see if this sounds right. I'll play along with it. So that sounds pretty right to me. But those chords, like the arrangement of the track is that you don't really hear those chords up front. They're very in the background, and the melody is right at the foreground. I did also do like a MIDI mock-up of it, but like I was saying before, I'm not great with like making the sounds exactly the way they sound in the track. But there was this I saw this video recently by Anton Producer, how to get Aphex Twin type sounds, and he was saying about this Vital synth, which is a free synth, and explained even how to make the chord sound in Flim, which I tried to do, but not very successfully. It sounds like this. But you can check out that video, it's interesting. Yeah, how to make synths like Aphex Twin. That's the video, Anton Producer. So it's good. But one thing I would say about that is, even if you made, I mean, it's kind of a good exercise to do, is make the sound similar to what you're hearing. But, you know, don't use those sounds in your music. Why would you use the same sounds Aphex Twin used, like, unless you're just starting off and you can't think of any other sounds, but you're probably better off just messing around and coming up with your own sounds. But then the exercise is a good one to see if you can create some sound similar to what you're hearing. Which, that's the whole exercise of working out the notes as well, is like, what are the melodies, what are the chords? It's not so you can create something the same or similar even. It's just like in jazz, how most people learn by transcribing other people's solos. So you transcribe solos, you learn all the vocabulary, and then you come up with your own version of it. So I've always thought, like, you know, that is potentially lacking in electronic music, although maybe, you know, it's not for everyone that way. So, but it's testing your ear, you're training your ear, you're getting better and better. So you can hear in this mock-up of it here, maybe I didn't get the right octave completely. And without the beats. But it doesn't sound the same as in the track exactly, but it is the right notes. So it's interesting, I've listened to it over and over again. I've already listened to the track hundreds of times, but listening to it so many times, trying to hear those chord notes was interesting, because it was really hard to hear them at first, and then gradually I started tuning into the second lower note. They're very subtle, and there's a lot of reverb and very beautiful sounding, and there's just a lot of nice intervals going on there. It's basically, it's built around a major 7 chord, and it's got the 6, major 6, and the minor 9 chord. Let's bring up my tab again, and then this bit, that's around kind of a C. They're like if you hear those notes, they would fit nicely over B flat, but also over C. It's kind of Aphex-y, it's kind of weird. So the bass notes, it's basically like a B flat major chord, I think. And then a C. But there's very little bass notes in this actual, very low bass notes, except those huge low sub notes, which are kind of hard to hear. So what's interesting is there's a lot of space in the mix in this one. Higher pitched melodies, very high pitched. And then the chords just a little lower. And then not much bass in the crispy, crystal clear beats. Okay, so on to the B section. Okay, so it moves from a 2 chord thing into a clear, there's these chords. Oh. Yeah. So you got a B flat power chord, B flat and F, and then E flat and B flat. And then you got an F and a D, which is like a B flat chord again, and then an E flat and a G, E flat major. So we're kind of going B flat, then E flat, B flat, then E flat, and then da 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 dum, da di da di da dum, da dum dum dum, da. It's hard to hear what the chords are in this section because they're just intervals in the middle with no clear bass note to them. So, but it is around this E flat, B flat perfectly. So. So this goes around twice the B section. Da, da, dun, dun. Da, 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 dun, dun. Da, 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 do. Oh, that does hit an E flat there with that note. So da, da, dun, dun. Down. Oh, the melody is actually probably an octave higher. So, yeah, that's it. So an E flat and a G, E flat major, and the melody note's a sharp 11, A natural, and then it goes back to that. So B flat, E flat, sharp 11, B flat. Oops. dum, da da dum dum, da 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 dum, dum 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 dum. So that last a natural there. Yeah, that's also an interesting, yeah, very interesting chord. It's like an F, sus4, add 3. You got the sus4 and the 3. It's very unusual. You don't find that chord a lot. And then the last chord is actually, or maybe it's, no, B flat major 7. But an interesting voicing of B flat major 7. And then, yeah, and then that ends with an F sus4 over C, that one. Yeah, so it sounds better when you separate the melody up an octave like that, but it's very hard to play both at the same time. But if I was doing this as a guitar piece, I'd probably do a loop pedal and play the lower parts separately. So might be able to do it if I work it out. But anyway, okay, so the B section is playing around those the major 1, 4, and 5 chords in the key of B flat, yeah, key of B flat. And then, so it hits into the C section. So in the C section, you've got the bass, the melody goes into the bass, and the upper chords are doing this really interesting displaced kind of 16th notes at the beginning. I'll play along with the melody, I'll try. And it also is 5 bars long, so the bar of space at the end of the 4 bar phrase. So it's like, and also like rhythmically, it's progressing. The A section's very simple rhythmically, just quarter notes for the melody. Very, very basic rhythm. And then on the B section, little more variation, but still extremely basic. But then on the C section, it's way more syncopated. The rhythm is like, it comes in off the beats. It's all off the beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So the rhythm is like, this is completely as basic as you get in A section. Tiny bit more complex in B, but very basic. And then C, a very syncopated rhythm. Interesting how that happens. The drums soloing away. And if you listen to the drums throughout the beats, they are constantly changing. There's no loop continuing. Like, it's just such attention to detail with the every beat nearly is unique, like a drummer. You know, this is a electronically programmed beat like a drummer would play if you were the best drummer in the world. Of course, there's some great covers of the song like The Bad Plus and J.D. Beck and Domi. That's some really good covers of it with real drummers playing. But okay, so back to the C section, melody in the bass. So I'll play it. Let's see if this works. Okay, so it kind of came out the laptop speakers there. Well, so the chords. The last one, 8, 7. So it's B flat major 7 again there, with a major third and a sixth in the chord, and you get that little cool displacement at the beginning of the C section. So the bass, the melody comes in on the and of one and, but on one and the first 16 note after one you got so what chords are these? It's like B flat major 7, E flat, and C minor. Dun, dun. Like nice Aphex voicing that. The last notes of the melody of the C section. So it goes D, G, F, C. Which is like a C sus 4 pad 9. Or maybe an F sus 2 over C. Whatever it is beautiful. And it hangs out. And then the last time. Oh yeah, this chord. So the chords, the higher chords in C on the second half is like that one again. Oh. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. So this chord that comes in at the end of C, where are we here? Spent ages listening to that chord, trying to hear the notes in it, and I think that maybe the E flat is just ringing out from before and the reverb or something. I can definitely hear those three, but it sounds like that one's in there as well, so I left that one in there in the tab, which is very nice. It's kind of like a B flat major with the fourth as well as a third. So sus4 add 3 or whatever you want to call it. So I'll play the higher chords. So that's the halfway point, 1 minute 26 in. You've gotten that A section. It's like A is 4 times 16 bars long, B is 8 bars long, and C is 10 bars long. So 16, 8, 10 is the bar structure. But 10 repeated, so 20. So 16, 8, 20. Interesting. Yeah, so the B section's short, much shorter. 16, 8, 20, 16, 8, 20 is the whole song. That's the whole 2 minutes 57 brilliance of Flim. After that bit, A section, and then the strings are coming in. Of course the strings. Just yet more melodies lush. And the bass notes booming kick start being more prominent. drum roll there, and it kicks in. So that's the whole of Flim. Okay, so anything I missed out? A sections like B flat major 7 and C minor 9, back and forth, 16 bars of that. B sections. Oh no, I just figured it out actually. Yeah, I think it might be B flat, then E flat, F for 2 bars, E flat, then B flat, F for 2 bars. So B flat, da, 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 E flat, F, F, B flat, E flat, F, F. That's the B section, I think. 8 bars. Very simple. And then the C section is the E flat, C minor comes in. That hanging on that C minor like that. Dun, 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 dun. It's not resolved. That's why it's so great. It just hangs there, and the beats are playing, and then it kicks back in. Dun, 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 dun. It's just, that's so great, so great. So I hope that was useful. I think I've said everything I can think of about Flim. The once again, you know, working out the notes. Actually, what's happening is it's very interesting to me. Hopefully, it is to you as well. The chords are simpler. Chord sequences. The basic structures of the chord sequences are simple, and again, Aphex uses a lot of simple, nice, pretty melodies, but then he's able to make it mysterious, and it's not like twee. You know, if I just tried to make up a simple melody in a B flat major, and it would just be boring, probably. I don't know. Maybe I should try. But he does use loads of other scales and modes and keys as well. So it's just really, some of the really famous ones that came out really well are just very simple major. Food for thought. Okay, I better get to editing this video so it's ready. Okay, I think we're going to do another few Aphex ones after this. I'm going to start doing different ones. Quick plug for Caleb Peinado. Not sure if you checked it out, but my label Zoitrax just released his album, and it's full of amazing Aphexy, squarepushery, Luke vibert-y, jazz and acid stuff. So check that out. And that's it for this one. See ya.